Compliment of the season and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown live on Muvi TV from Zambia's capital city Lusaka. Remember, others are also watching us on our official Facebook page, which is Ask Muvi. And indeed, others, of course, there is Topstar Decoder channel 104. And this is Zambia's capital city Lusaka. And of course, where we come every evening to remind you in terms of the payments of the former minister's countdown. Remember that, of course, yesterday we did discuss about a couple of names that, of course, we reminded you in terms of the payments. Remember that the Concord has ordered the 63 former cabinet ministers to pay back the monies whose deadline will be on the 7th of January in the year 2020. So as things stands as of today, the 28th of December 2020, we can simply maintain the number, or we can simply say there are still 6 former cabinet ministers that have managed to pay back the monies with regards to the Constitutional Court. And of course, we are still waiting to hear from other leaders in terms of what is it that is keeping them not to comply to the order by the Constitutional Court. And does it mean that maybe they do not have enough money for them to pay, or maybe again they want to abrogate the order from the Concord? So these are the questions that we ask you evening. And of course, if you are capable enough to give that counsel, to give that advice to these people, why not? You can able to call us, and want to hear from you, your advice. And of course, moving further, if at all you are one of those good Samaritans that would want to, of course, maybe pay for 1 or 2 former cabinet ministers, you can phone us and also offer yourself. We'll be able to follow you tomorrow and, of course, get the reasoning behind that. Because remember that there's been a lot of concerns coming from a number of citizens across the country that feel that I think it is not important for these people to be paid for, because these are the individuals that decided to abrogate the law with impunity. These are the people that decided to rape the Constitution with impunity. And why should someone really come out and pay for these ministers, some of them that are still serving as ministers, of course others out of government, but above all, the truth of the matter is that these individuals committed a crime, and that crime was that of illegally, you have to underline the word illegally here, staying in office after the dissolution of Parliament in 2016. That's the contravening Article 81, Clause 3, that states that Parliament or National Assembly shall dissolve 90 days before the next general election is held. But this was contrary to what the Constitutional Court stipulates. So really, the question I keep on asking to you Zambians is that what lessons should we learn from the previous episodes that happened in 2016, where our leaders decided to remain in office or illegally remain in office after the dissolution of Parliament? What lessons really should we learn as a country? Not only that, but also to these aspiring leaders, MPs, cabinet ministers, what lesson really should they learn out of that? This is a simple question that I ask you this evening. Quickly, allow me to take you to our log sheet and find out in terms of who has paid, like I did mention. When you count from box number 1, there is the first man that came out to make that payment. That was Honorable Harry Kalaba. He was a former former foreign affairs minister at that moment, and of course he was the first person to pay. That was a week ago, or 2 weeks ago if you wish. And on the second slot or second box, we've got Honorable Ronald Chitotela himself, who happens to be the Minister of Tourism and Arts, and at that moment was serving as Minister of Works and Supply. On box number 3, we've got Honorable Mwenyam Senge, who happens to be now, into full-time business there in Ndola, or should I say Copperbelt Province, and at that time was serving as Copperbelt Province Minister. Again, on box number 4, we've got Honorable Stephen Kampion there, who is Home Affairs Minister now, and at that moment was serving as Local Government and Housing Minister. On box number 5, we've got, of course, the late Honorable Joseph Kasonde was Minister of Health at that moment. And, of course, I should make mention that Honorable Kasonde is no longer with us. Hence, the reason why we decided to put an X there with the red, signifying that the man in discussion here is no longer with us. May his soul rest in peace. But above all, according to the court, regardless of where you are, I'm not trying to be sadist here. I need to make it clear. According to the court, whether you are dead or you are still alive, the court will still order you or still pass a judgment whether you are present or not present. So the court will just direct whosoever was there. And to make mention again, the court can go further to convict somebody who is dead. That's how, funny the laws can be, And this goes to show you that really, law knows no ignorance. That's another term that I can use. Law knows no ignorance. So it doesn't matter whether these ministers or these former cabinet ministers did understood what the constitution says in 2016 or never understood Article 81, Clause 3 in 2016. It doesn't matter. Whether one of these knew or knows how to read or they don't know how to read, the Constitutional Court, or when it comes to the law, they will just give you that punitive measures that you deserve. And that's why we are discussing here. On box number 6 there, we've got the professor herself, who happens to be Professor Nkandluo, who is Member of Parliament for Munali constituents and also Minister of Fisheries and Livestock. These are the two individuals, 6 individuals that have paid so far in as far as our records are concerned. And again, remember, we've been told again that our Minister of Justice, Honorable Luwinda, is likely to be paid for by this, very prominent Lusaka businessman who happens to be by the name of George Mwambakakana, who has come out to bail out about 2 names already, and that's the name of Professor Nkandluo and also the late Joseph Kasonde. So we've been told that he is likely to also pay on behalf of the face you see on your screen there, the man, very looking, a humble man, very intelligent, Honorable Luwinda, the former agriculture minister, former, should say, he's also served in the Ministry of Works and Supply, a lot of position, and now is Member of Parliament and also Justice Minister. But wow, something very puzzling here is that the man has come out very strongly to say he has no capacity to pay that money. Even if the court was to give him 2 months to pay that money, he cannot manage, because if he was to be forced, this would simply mean starving his family members. So that's what came out from our humble-looking leader there on your screen. Now, really, something very confusing is that this is a man that has been in government for quite some time, and the question is, does it mean that maybe he never saved the money to be able to pay back, or maybe are they trying to pretend, these leaders, that they don't have money? Really, these are the questions that remains unanswered to the people of Zambia, or maybe, of course, this goes back to you. If at all really you believe that these people do not have money, we can't blame them, of course. It's possible they might not have that money, and we need to excuse them for that. Hence the reason why we see other people coming on board, just like Green Party leader Peter Sinkamba has come on board to pay for Honorable Stephen Kampyongo, Home Affairs Minister, and Shwangandu, Member of Parliament, and also Green Party leaders also come on board to pay on behalf of Honorable Mwenyam Senga, former Copperbelt Minister, and of course NDC Secretary General. We also have DP President there, Honorable Hali Kalaba, who did, of course, made that payment as the first person that came out. And of course, for me, that I need to find out, really, I ask this question, is that if you look at these faces you see on your screen, to begin with, the box number 1 of Honorable Hari Kalaba, and who is now aspiring to be president of this country. The question is, if these people, they are to be elected into leadership really, what should Zambians expect? Are they going to respect the laws that we have in this country? Are they going to be as innocent as they want to claim now? Or maybe these individuals really, are they not going to rape the constitution further, because now they'll be given extra powers, that of a president together with immunities? These are questions that we need to maybe to analyze as Zambian citizens. Not only that, also some of them are leaders. Allow me to pick up one or two phone calls before we close. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown.
Yeah, is that Muvi TV?
You are live on Muvi TV. Please give us your contribution and remember to reduce the volume on your TV set.
Yeah, this is Ngalani calling from Sarenge.
Please give us your submission under a minute.
Sorry?
Give us your submission within a minute.
Yes, sir. Is it the whole amount which they are supposed to pay? Yes, sir.
Yes?
Which they are paying, is it the total amount which they're supposed to pay?
Yes, it is.
Sorry?
Yes, it is.
All right.
All right, fantastic. So his question was to find out if at all that's the total amount they're supposed to pay. And the total amount there on your screen is 4.7 million kwacha. That's the money that we are looking for. If all the monies that have been ordered by these people is paid together, we are going to come up with a total amount of 4.7 million kwacha. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown.
Yes, I'm calling Savunga. This is Ernesto Che Guevara.
Thank you so much. Go ahead with a contribution under a minute.
Please, I think for people like Peter Skamba who are paying for these people who deliberately abrogated our national constitution, it is not in order or something fair. You would have gone to PH and spend that money spent for these criminals who abrogated the law to buy medicine for those people at UTH who are failing to pay for their medical facilities. Instead of paying for people who did it deliberately, people who are knowledgeable, they have been to university, they are able to read. And it is not only President Lungu who are abrogated, even themselves. These are bad leaders who misled the president. Why should you support these people who are doing things deliberately? That is not good leadership. These people, we must teach them a lesson for the would-be defenders. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fantastic. All right, so these are the feelings and submissions coming from our colleague, calling us from, of course, is it Senazongo about
I
some...
think I end my submission.
Thank you so much. We got you. All right. All right, so you can give us yours as well. Thank you. Can you give us yours as well? We are receiving your submission, and allow me to pick up the last phone call. Then we go into another program, which is Blunt Talk. What could be your contribution on this matter? Very emotional issue, very touching issue, really, because the 4.7 million kwacha, like somebody has mentioned, is that this could be the money that could have gone to improving the agriculture sector, and the 4.7 million kwacha. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown. Caller, good evening and welcome to the former minister's payback countdown. How are you? I'm all right. Please tell us your name and the area you're calling us from.
I'm calling from Maninga.
Fantastic. Give us your name and, of course, your submission.
Maninga. My name is Kay. Maninga. My name is Kay.
Great. Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, let me talk on Mr. Luida.
Mm.
Mr. Luida is just a joke, I think. Just a joke. He's kidding the people of Zambia. He has held so many positions, and he cannot say he doesn't have money. And you know that the people are conniving with the other people so that they claim they are paying for them. But while it's the them who are paying the money. So it's sad to the nation. He cannot tell me he doesn't have the money. It's a shame to him. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Right. So that was my final and last phone call, caller rather. We have to close from here. So once again, as I summarize, I need to make mention and remind you that our boxes remains as they were yesterday. Box number 1 up to 6. Of course, we still remain with about 57 empty boxes. All right, meaning that we still have 57 individuals or perpetrators that have not yet paid or complied to the Concord. And therefore, we are still waiting in as far as Muvi TV we are concerned. If at all there are people that have paid already and we missed that news, please pardon us. And if you are among those that really you feel that your face is not on our screen there, we are not talking about you and you paid, please pardon us. All you can do, inform us or phone us. We'll be able to follow you tomorrow and be able to consider your face as well. But in as far as the information we have as a company, I should make to believe that, of course, we have only 6 faces or 6 people that have paid. So we're still waiting who is going to pay next as our question. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Innocent Piri. You can simply call me IP. Remember, may God bless Zambia. May God bless Mother Africa. Good night.